Making some sweet backcourt music in Motown, Rip averaged 21.5 per game last year in the playoffs. Smooth won the NBA Finals MVP. From the Detroit Pistons, Richard Hamilton and Chauncey Billups. All right. Rip, Chauncey has never told you this, but you can't do what as well as you think?
Shoot threes. He always tells me, man, Rip, take 2 dribbles, pull up. So I'm going with shoot threes. That's what I'm going with.
Brendan, same question. Who would Chauncey say is the one player on your team you would never want to room with on the road?
Rasheed Wallace.
You don't want to room with Sheed?
You do not want to room with Sheed. You do not. If he gets that one, I'm going to be very disappointed. I'm going to be very,
Why don't you?
I'm going to be very disappointed.
Why don't you want to room with Sheed?
Hey, I'm going to be very disappointed.
So you're not going to answer?
I'm not going to answer that one.
Brendan, who would Scott? Rip, who has more game day superstitions, you or Chauncey?
I got to go with myself, me by far.
All right. Coming up, our teammates reunite. We'll find out how well they really know each other. But first, here's how the scoring works. Each correct answer is worth 15 points. In the end, the team with the most points wins $30,000. Good to see everybody.
What up?
Y'all say, like, you know, good to see you again. Miss you.
It's all business right now.
No, okay, just focus. All right, all business.
All business.
Shanny, we're going to start with you. Chauncey, you never told Rip this, but he can't what as well as he thinks?
You know what? I tell him all the time, I made a bet with him last year. He can't hit the 3-ball like he think he can.
3-ball? 2-ball, 3-ball, baby. I need some money for that one, too.
I ain't never seen anybody happy about not being able to do what you do to make a living. But it's all, yeah, it works.
I think he's a dead-eye 3-ball shooter, man.
I need to be in a 3-point shooting contest, but you know, it's all good, though.
Scott, you never told the second question. We're going to start with you, Chauncey. Who is the one player on your team Rip would never want to room with on the road?
Super Dupe. No Super Dupe? Come on, man.
All right, who's Super Dupe, first of all?
Ronald Dupree. It's our main man. He teases him all the time, so I'm thinking, you know.
Rip, what'd you say?
It's Soup.
Sheed, man.
Why? Why Sheed?
He's too loud, first of all. He's loud, talks all night, you know what I'm saying?
You don't want to listen to that music all night, do you?
He blasts me, everything.
All right. Scott, Chauncey, same question.
Let's see, I only got like 2. Get a good breakfast and take a nap. I don't ever see this guy, so I'm going to go ahead and say him.
Big ups, big props for moving on to round 2. Chauncey, Rip is sick and tired about hearing about the time you did what?
When he was playing for Washington, and I was playing for Minnesota. I tore him up. We both came off the bench at the same time. We didn't know each other that well. I bust him up. I always talk to him about it.
Lit him up for how many?
29.
Off the bench?
Off the bench.
And he calls himself a defender. Scott, question, Chauncey, starting with you. What is the worst thing you have ever done to Rip?
Probably be talking about what he got on or his fur coat that he got with the fox heads on there.
Oh, Lord. I would, too. Start with you, Scott. What will Brendan say are your favorite kind of chips? Chocolate, potato, or poker?
Well, it ain't poker because I lose too much. So I'm going to go snack all the time down in the bullpen with chips. So I'm going to potato chips.
Potato chips. You like eating, don't you, Ken?
Oh, yeah.
Shanny, same question.
This one's tight. I'm going to say poker chips.
Poker chips.
Poker chips.
Chauncey, same question.
I like a lot of those different chips, man, but probably potato chips.
Potato chips?
Yeah.
Greasy potato chips?
Yeah, just regular Lay's, just, you know what I mean?
All right, coming up. Rip, you were sick and tired of hearing about the time Chauncey did what?
Him in Minnesota.
What happened in Minnesota?
How we used to go at each other. When I was in Washington, he was in Minnesota.
So what happened?
He said he killed me, but I killed him.
So the story, you all might not have the exact same story, but the event was the correct.
We both came off the bench at the same time. He was at the 2 at the time. I was at 2, and I lit him up.
Oh, you lit him up?
I gave him 19 in the first half.
He said he gave you 29, though.
No.
Who had 29?
No, that was another game. we were starting at that time. We wouldn't guard each other. We didn't guard each other.
Brendan, second question. Rip, starting with you. What is the worst thing Chauncey has ever done to you?
Wow. I'm going to go with this. I don't know if he remembers. I don't know what. But one time he told me practice was at a certain time.
Oh, come on, man.
And it wasn't at that time.
Come on, man.
And I ended up being late, and they'll end up wanting to find me.
Come on, you can't tell everybody about that, man. Come on, man.
Chauncey, what did you say?
How be talking about the coat, man, with the fox heads on there, man? How be ranking your coat, man?
Chauncey, I don't consider that bad. I consider that style.
No, I said I never really did nothing bad to you. That style is bad. That style is bad, though.
Okay, that style. Oh, man, that style is balling.
A little baller.
Okay.
God.
Same question.
I definitely got to go with potato, because he eats them every day on the plane.
Every day on the plane.
I was about to say, you sitting there, you know what I mean? About to hit me with something negative. I'm like, I'm the same word.
You got that wrong.
Yeah.
I'm asking for a trade.
Me
man.
too. I would
Straight
too.
up. We got
It's all good. Y'all can stay in the same team. So with Deuce, that's 2 in the books. Let's take a look at the score. Team Angels, 30 points. They're in it. Team Red Wings, 45 points. They're in it. And the defending NBA champion, Pistons, 60 points. Everybody's in it. Here's how it works. We ask a series of questions to a third teammate or coach. Now, working together, our teams here will try and predict their answers. In the round, each correct answer is worth 5 points. And they'll have 60 seconds to match as many as possible to grab a total of 40 possible points. It has come down to this. The world champion Detroit Pistons. You all need 5 correct answers to win this thing. It's that simple. It's all on you. All right?
Yep.
Your third teammate, Lindsey Hunter.
Wow.
You got 60 seconds on the clock. 5 points for each matching answer. All right? Rip, Chauncey. Your 2 on Who begins now. Who did Lindsey say would be better cast to play a villain in a Hollywood blockbuster? Rip or Chauncey?
Chauncey.
Chauncey.
Correct. Who did Lindsey say could talk their way out of a speeding ticket? Rip or Chauncey?
Me.
Rip.
Incorrect. Who did Lindsey say has more pregame rituals? Rip or Chauncey?
Me. Rip.
Correct. In elementary school, did Lindsey say he was part of the nerds, the jocks, or the too cool for school crowd?
That too cool for school.
Incorrect. Who did Lindsey say owns the most pairs of sneakers? Rip or Chauncey?
Rip.
Me.
Correct. Who in your whole team did Lindsey say is always quiet in the locker room?
Antonio McDice.
Or Tayshaun.
Better pick.
Antonio.
Incorrect. Who did Lindsey say is more likely to arrive late for the team, plane or bus? Rip or Chauncey?
Me.
Rip.
Correct. Who did Lindsey say spends the most amount of time in the trainer's room? Rip or Chauncey?
Rip.
Me.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Is that 5?
What do y'all think? You got exactly 5. You got just enough. The world champion, Detroit, Motown, Detroit Pistons. And you know what? You had to get that last one because you had about 2 seconds to go. Gather around, check out the champions again. Rip and Chauncey, world champions, teammates. You know how we do it around here.